India pushes the boundaries of space exploration with Gaganyaan, the dream is no longer just about reaching space, but also going even further. Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla, one of India's leading astronaut designates, speaks to Srinjoy Chowdhury, Consulting Editor, about the possibility of Indians one day landing on the moon and the challenges that lie ahead, from navigating unknown unknowns in deep space to balancing ambition with realism. Shukla lays down what exactly will it take for India to script its next giant leap.
Subhanshu Shukla, already India's second man in space. Does he hope that one day he will step on the moon? And if he has to, what does he do to prepare himself?
I surely do hope that I step on the moon, but more than that, I would like to see that happen. For India, it would be a dream for me to go and step on the moon, but I would be equally happy if anybody gets a chance to go and step on the moon, as long as it happens for our country. So that is the bigger goal. I think we should be working towards that. Preparation is going to be challenging. That is a domain or a territory we do not understand yet. We will only understand when we reach there. There is a term in space community or space exploration which is known as the unknown unknowns. There is something that is unknown, but you also don't know what is that unknown. And that the missions like these, going to moon or going to Mars, are going to be filled with these unknown unknowns. And that is why it makes it very challenging to execute these missions. So these are the challenges that we have to overcome or navigate before we reach there.
12 people have stepped on the moon. You could well be the lucky 13th.
It is, I think, paradoxical to call lucky 13 in some cultures, but I would definitely, it is good to aspire, but I think we need to balance realism here. We just witnessed a historic Artemis 2 mission going around the moon. 4 astronauts went around the moon and came back. And then there is a solid plan of proving technology of the lander and orbiter docking in low Earth orbit, and then eventually people going back to moon by 28, 29, and there are countries like China who are targeting 2030 for the same. While we have it on paper, I think we need to demonstrate some key technologies before we reach there, like Mission Gaganyaan or space station, and certain key technologies that are required for us to go there. So while it may not be number 13, but I think that it would be a number soon enough, and we'll need a lot of effort to go in that direction to make that happen.
Thank you.
And viewers, as India stands on the brink of a historic leap into human spaceflight with Gaganyaan, one of the men at the heart of this mission is Group Captain P.B. Nair. A decorated fighter pilot of the Indian Air Force, P.B. Nair has flown some of India's most advanced aircraft, including the formidable Sukhoi 30 MKI. With years of operational experience and a reputation for precision and composure under pressure, he represents the very best of India's aviation and defense capabilities. From mastering high-speed combat missions in the skies to now training for the extreme demands of space travel, his journey reflects discipline, resilience, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. As part of India's elite astronaut corps, Group Captain Nair is among those preparing to script history, potentially becoming one of the first Indians to travel to space on an indigenous mission. In an exclusive conversation, he speaks about pushing beyond the limits and also embracing risks and what it truly means to carry a billion dreams beyond the Earth.
Now tell me, you were in the comfort zone as an ace Sukhoi 30 MKI pilot. What made you move out of your comfort zone to be the great space hero that you're going to be?
I would say, if this is what it means to be outside a comfort zone, I wish this on everybody. Because from a fighter pilot, even if you see physically, what you want to go is go higher and higher. And the only thing which I see higher above than that is space. And also aspirationally for all of us in this great land tells you, right? You're supposed to ultimately go from your Mooladhara to Sahasrara. And remember, Sahasrara represents space and Mooladhara the earth. So I'm just following the traditions of this great land of mine, Srinjoy, and saying, let me take the next leap. And I was always a sucker for the ultimate roller coaster ride. So the ultimate roller coaster ride, here I come.
But the most important thing is none of us will ever feel it. What is it like, the first moment, to be weightless?
Actually, it's like a Ozempic killer. Many people want to lose weight and all that. I would say just to be floating. It is a pure, pristine feeling of being one with nature. You forget everything. Because we have taken many things for granted on this earth. Remember, to go to the toilet in microgravity is a big headache, right? And it requires a lot of learning. But we don't think twice before going to a bathroom on ground. So it's something like we should not take the things for granted which we have been given free by Mother Nature. And one thing which is given free by Mother Nature is 1G. So while floating and enjoying that moment, straight away you have an immense sense of gratitude to this great spaceship called Earth, hurling at 31 kilometers per second around the sun and saying, thank God for 1G and allowing us to prosper in this great land.
Gaganyaan, it's coming up. You're going to be the third Indian citizen in space. Now, you have been thinking about it, and you're a thinking person. How do you see it panning out? Because, as you said, you aspire, you dream of things. So how do you see your first mission? What is it going to be like?
Thank you. Great question. I think this is something which is going to be followed not just by our entire country, but by all the world, and especially those other countries who cannot send their own human beings to space. Because I know their entire eyes will be saying that this has to be a success. Because whenever India does something, we make sure the rest of the world also benefits. Think about the COVID vaccine. Many countries could not do it at that time, and all the other countries who did it did not give it to anybody else. But we gave it to others even before we got it. So similarly, when we are going to space, they know that we are going to go there to occupy it, to make sure it is equitably distributed. So what I say is that when we are going to go to space using our own spacecraft and our own capsule, it means the rest of the world who cannot send their human beings to space are saying, thank God India is going to go there now. The Gaganyaan moment has taken place so that India is going to hold fort for the rest of us. And at the same time, we as Indians are going to benefit immensely. That's what I feel.
And of course, India wishes them all the best as they prepare to go for their space journey. With that, it's a wrap on this broadcast. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.